Hi, okay, so I want to talk about a time in my life a few months ago when I was really suicidal. Um, I was just having a really hard time with my depression, and it was really severe at the time. I feel like my depression is usually pretty bad, but like this was really like worse than usual. Um, so I I was just like having a really hard time, and sometimes when I get to this point, I feel like I need to drive away, just drive anywhere to like get out of my head, get out of the city, just like, like focus my perspective on something else. But I don't know, this time was different cuz like in the morning, well, for the past maybe few weeks or maybe months, I'm not really sure, but for the past little bit, I had been like thinking, what if I took my antidepressants and I like overdosed on them and then I could die? So obviously my antidepressants were not working. Yeah, I've tried like multiple antidepressants and none of them have worked and all the side effects have been like horrible. But anyways, so I had been just like thinking like I could die so easily if I just overdose on them. But I just decided, you know what, this is not okay. I need to do something about this. So I threw them away and I was like, well, dang it, now I can't kill myself. Which is a horrible like mindset to have, but if any of you guys like know what depression is like, you know kind of how that works. But anyways, so then I couldn't do anything, and I was like, well, I don't really feel like going to classes right now, so I'm just gonna go on a drive, and I don't know where I'm gonna end up. Um, so I drove to Maverick, and I got some gas, and I got in Arizona and like some Cheetos, which is like not very healthy for you, but whatever. I filled up my gas and I just started like driving, and I didn't know where I was gonna go. I didn't know like when I was gonna like stop driving. I didn't know how long I was gonna be on the road for, cause like it was like a almost like a passive way of like, oh yeah, I could like die of starvation or something somewhere. I don't really know what I was thinking. It's kind of hard to remember since everything was like in a different mindset that I'm currently at. But yeah, it was crazy. And then I ended up like at some golf course like after a while, and I just like stopped my car there for a second and I started like texting my ex-boyfriend, and it was horrible cuz uh I basically like held on to the fact like when he said a long time ago, like, if you were ever at the end of your rope, like, text me and I'll be there for you. And but like, he's not my boyfriend anymore. But like, I still was like mourning the fact that we weren't together. Um, so I was like texting him all of these things that he really didn't need to know, and I was just like vomiting all this information on him, and I feel really bad now, but it was just not the best thing to do. And I wanted to like go to his house to like stay there for a little bit, but he had like his phone off because he was working or something. But I thought he was ignoring me, so I was freaking out, and I'm like, and then like I was gone the whole day. I ended up like in parking lots and stuff, and eventually I was just like, you never cared about me. You don't like give a shit about any of that. And like I was saying all of these horrible things to him, and I was like, I'll never forgive you for like not being there for me and all this stuff, which is really uncharacteristic of me because I'm usually like compassionate, understanding, like kind. I'm kind to people, just not in that moment because I was in a weird state of mind. But anyways, I was just saying all of these horrible things, and so he was freaking out. And he was like, "What the fuck do you mean?" and stuff like that. And he was really confused and didn't know like what was going on with me. And then I eventually came home, which was good. And the next morning I like apologized to him, and I'm like, all I really need right now is your support and all that stuff, but then it, like, still, he's not my boyfriend anymore. And eventually, like, he came around and he was like, you know, I'm so proud of you, like, I know you can do this and all that stuff. And yeah, I don't know, it was crazy. And he thought that part of like all of this weird stuff that had been happening was that I was like off of my medication, so I was like withdrawing from them, which I can definitely see that. But I was also just like, I think, yeah, medications definitely like mess me up a little bit. But I got a new therapist, and I've been working with him, and he's really awesome. And it's free because it's on campus, which is so great. So yeah, it's been a journey. But you know, I'm in a lot better spot than I used to be, and I haven't been like seriously suicidal since then. And I've been learning coping mechanisms that can help, like healthy coping mechanisms that can help me so that I don't turn to like self-harm or like something like that anymore, like things that can distract me. Like I crochet a lot whenever I get urges or I feel like really negative. I also like to paint my nails and buy lipstick. I have way too many weird shades and colors of lipstick that I've gotten. I also have a candy sock filled with Jolly Ranchers that I can suck on, which kind of like distracts me in a way. I need to exercise more, but exercise is very good because it releases happy chemicals in your brain. Yeah, I've been doing other things, but I can't really remember all of them right now. Oh, I do journaling. Journaling is very helpful, just so y'all know. Yeah, so it's really important to find healthy coping mechanisms and to have a support group that you can go to and talk to, or like a group of people that you can turn to for support, or like have a therapist or anything like that, because sometimes you can't always see what's good for you in the moment, and so you need other people's input in order to take in like what is really going on around you. So yeah, I hope this helps anybody. I don't know, I just kind of want to get that out there, you know, so yeah.